What's good, ladies and gents? Welcome to the MKO Pugilism Boxing channel, where we talk all things boxing. Remember to like, remember to subscribe, hit the bell notification, get notified of all our latest videos, and always leave your comments below. Let us know what you think about the subjects that we discuss in these videos. So right now, let's talk about it. There's a bit of lightweight news came out, I think it was end of last week, and Bob Arum, Hall of Fame promoter, he has come out and said that the lightweight champion, the near enough undisputed lightweight champion, Teofimo Lopez, who is the WBC, WBA, IBF, and WBO. Well, I guess, do you know what? Devin Haney would have something to say about the WBC because he's the actual WBC champion, and Lomachenko was the franchise champion. So there is a debate about that, and I guess Haney's really, but call it what you will anyway. So he's basically, let's say, unified lightweight champion of the world. Teofimo Lopez, very good fighter, special kid. And he's apparently going to defend the IBF belt against IBF mandatory challenger George Kambosos. And Kambosos, I believe he's the one, he came over to England and defeated Lee Selby. Lee Selby, a good fighter, good Welsh fighter. From over here in these shores, and it was a close one. Many people felt that Selby got robbed on that night. I think I didn't get to watch all of the fight, but I can certainly see what people are saying, that it could have gone to Selby rather easily. But anyway, it looks like according to Bob Arum, who promotes Lopez, it looks like they could be going to Australia in May. And the news is that basically, according to Arum, it's all at the mercy of coronavirus, because as we know, the virus is still about. There's different countries talking about vaccinating everybody and all this sort of business. So it's all a bit up in the air at the moment, because a lot of countries are not sure where they stand. Australia, though, seem to be, they're very strict with it. And according to Arum, he said that the plan, according to what they've got, is to do it in one of the big Australian stadiums where you can have 50,000 people somehow in attendance. And they're now apparently in Australia. I don't know how true this is, but this is all according to Bob Arum. But he has said that they're apparently doing some events now at full capacity. So he said the only issue is that you go over to Australia, you have to do the 2 weeks of quarantine, because that's a rule. I think that's even rule over here in England, and there's a lot of countries doing that now, where basically, I think even Jamaica, places like that, do it where you can go over there, but you've got to quarantine for the 2 weeks, and then you can go about your business. As long as you're negative, then you can go about your business, you follow the rules and all that. So it seems to be quite good news, especially for Kambosos, and it kind of pours a bit of cold water on the other lightweights, because after Ryan Garcia knocked out Luke Campbell, he was, calling out Tank, and you had even Lopez was calling out the rest of the guys, saying, I know y'all scared, blah, 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 but just jump in the ring, fight me. He was calling them all out, Garcia, Haney, there was a lot of back and forth between these guys and the fathers, because you got Bill Haney, Devin Haney's dad, and all that. So there were a lot of the lightweights were calling each other out. So this seems to have poured a bit of cold water on it, poured a bit of reality on it. Everyone was salivating over those fights, and this one seems to be quite realistic according to the promoter. So it would involve man like Lopez going over to Australia and, excuse me, having the fight over there. For me, yeah, good fight. It seems like it would be a decent bout. For me, I couldn't see it any other way than a Teofimo Lopez victory. And as tough as Kambosos is, I think he may even get stopped, because Teofimo Lopez can really bang, can really whack. I think the only sort of question mark there would be, as he would have to acclimatize to Australia. It's the other side of the world and everything, long flights and all that. So as long as he acclimatizes himself, I think he's definitely on sort of a different level than a guy like George Kambosos, who is decent. he's a decent fighter, pretty good, but I think we saw what level he was on against Lee Selby. And I think if he was of the level of a Lopez, I think he would be beating a guy like Selby far more convincingly. There wouldn't be any debate about it. There wouldn't be any question about it. I just think Lopez takes care of him inside the distance if that fight happens. I'm sure, though, it would be a very good pass for Lopez and a very good pass for Kambosos. And it's interesting times we live in because, you know, back in the days, the Mecca used to be in America, and that was a place you had to go to, and that was a place that every fighter dreamed to go to and to prove themselves. And now in this day and age, with all this virus going on and all that, it's like you've got to travel, you've got to go somewhere else, and unique places like in Australia, because certain things are open. And I for one, it's one of them fights where it's not the biggest fight I want to see in the division. I'd much rather see unification, maybe with a Lopez and Haney, something like that. But again, it's one of them that this guy's a mandatory with the IBF, is Kambosos. IBF, they're very strict with their mandatory obligations. You've got to fight the guy, and at the end of the day, fair is fair. So it's one of them fights that I do hope it happens. Should be a good fight all round, but I can only see one winner in Teofimo Lopez, probably by stoppage at some point late in the fight, I reckon. But yeah, again, that one I just have to keep tuned in, keep my ear to the ground on that one. And if there is any more news or updates on it, I'll try to update the channel and all that. But yeah, so all things being well, it should be Teofimo Lopez versus George Kambosos somewhere in Australia, somewhere in a stadium. And any more news I hear about it, she'll let you know. And just let me know your thoughts also below. Let me know what you think about the result. Does Kambosos have any chance? Do you think this fight is going to actually take place? And yeah, till next time, it's MKO Pugilism over and out. I'll catch you on the next one.